Greetings, y'all. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. Back playing some more Farming Simulator 19. We're back on Felsbrunn. Just got my wheels changed out to the narrow wheels. Taking a break from logging. We are working on our newly purchased field. So we're going to head up to it. If you didn't see the last episode, we bought a field. It is not the field that we were looking at buying, which is just adjacent to ours. We'll get to that one eventually. If the guy ever quits planting potatoes and sugar beets in it. So, we are not doing the potatoes and sugar beets as of right now anyway. We are focused on our other row crops, mainly cash crops, canola, soybeans, and if they got sunflower, we'll take it. But he keeps planting potatoes and sugar beets, which is a no bueno. So, here's our new field. You can see it dead ahead, right here. Field number 9. It's in line with the other fields that we want to purchase, and I think when we get to that point, we can plow all this together. So, it's a future investment, we'll say that. So we rushed up here. It needed pretty much everything. It needed lime. It needed, it needs to be herbicided. It needs to be fertilized a couple times. So we're going to try to get that done before it grows all the way into its last growth state here. So we're going to fertilize this time, and then we will herbicide. This should not take very long. Spraying is a little bit faster, I think. I'll tell you, I'm probably going to be eyeballing upgrading this sprayer pretty soon. Spoiler alert. Well, no, I won't tell you guys that. I'll let you see it. It's over on Ravenport, the only other map I'm playing, so can't be too much of a spoiler, but go watch those episodes to find out. Alright, so we've got fertilizer in here now. We're going to start with this. This will take away the lime. And shout out, I think it was still Master Chef Farmer that from the Puma Plow community that informed me of this. I think this is the right way to do this. We do the lime first. We put the lime in the coconut. Now we put the lime down first, then we fertilize it, and then we herbicide, because that will take away the, well, there's weeds here, so normally it'll take away that fertilization state, and then you can kind of see it, although it's not on the, if there were no weeds, it would not be on the map here, but there are weeds. See, it's pink, so this will work. We'll get this done. It's a good sized field. It's got soybeans in it, so we'll get both fertilization states on it. I don't think it needs to be plowed. Let's turn everything off and say I don't think it needs to be. No, it is not red, so we're fortunate in that aspect that it does not need to be plowed. So we should get 100% yield off of this well, field. I didn't really want that to rhyme, but it turned out it did. So yeah. I think we'll just do the back and forth here. And the stomach's starting to growl because I haven't had breakfast yet. I have got to really start eating breakfast. Before I do these. But yeah, we'll get a full 100% yield off of this crop. I want a bigger sprayer. I want a bigger seeder. I got a bigger combine. If you didn't see which combine we bought the last time or sometime before that, we bought the Big Ideal. It's a Fent. I think we're kind of holding true to the Fent brand name here thus far. Fent. Wonder what happened to Brent. Remember the Brent auger wagon that was in 17? They did away with it. It's not in the thing anymore. I thought they would release it like on the mod hub, like all the other stuff they've been releasing, but they didn't. It's not in there. I don't think. Oh, that's a tree. Whoa, I gotta watch my hips here. They're a little wide. But yeah, they didn't bring the Brent auger wagon. Of course, you know we have the Elmers now, and I hate to say that it's better, but I don't know. I kind of like the Brent. I like that the chute on the end of it rotated. The one on the Elmer doesn't. I mean, you can move it like in and out, but you can't rotate it like forward and backwards. It's hard to explain that one. But anyway, maybe they'll release it in the mod hub, you know, sometime or another here, but I don't know. So how are we doing here? This should be putting down the first state. It is. See that light blue? So we're doing good. We'll get rid of the weed after this. Weeds after this. It's a good sized field. The really only downside to it is it has that little shed back there that we can't get rid of. That's one of the things. I'm going to put that on the list for Farming Simulator 21. Get rid of existing buildings. You would think that the maybe like the landscaping tool would have that function or something like that. I have a feeling they won't bring the landscaping tool back. I think that's a temporary thing. I think there's enough people calling for it that they'll bring dynamic ground in for 21, and that'll be that. There won't be any more landscaping tool. So, because I mean, you think about it, what the landscaping tool does, you could assign to different types of equipment. Like, if you wanted to do flattening, you could do that with a bulldozer blade. If you wanted to do elevating and de-elevating, like raise and lower, you could do that with an excavator. If you wanted to do smoothing, you could do that with a grader blade. They could assign all those different functions to those different types of equipment, and then they could throw those types of equipment into the game. The only thing different between the tool and dynamic ground is being able to transport the ground, and that was one of the things that they were working on. And that, I don't think that would be a big problem. I mean, the real challenge that they had was ground modification, and they have that now with the landscaping tool. All they would have to do is calculate the amount of, you know, raising and lowering the amount of ground there, and then have it just show up in the shovel or scoop. I guess you could use a scoop after you've done that, maybe, or something. I don't know, like on a wheel loader or something like that. And then they could calculate the amount of ground there, throw it in the bucket, and that's it. Call it a day. You know, transport the ground somewhere else, and when you dump it out somewhere else, it just makes a pile, and then you can level out that pile or put it in a hole or whatever you want to do with it, you know, and then smooth it out with a grater blade if you want to. Just run over it. And I mean, you could run over it maybe with not necessarily a grater blade. Grater blade would probably be like the final smoothing out of it, but you could have a roller, like they have the rollers with the big teeth on them, you know, that you could compact it down with that and then run over it with a grater blade. Or, you know, once you make your pile, just use the flattening tool, which would be the bulldozer. They could bring bulldozers in. I mean, that would be awesome. I know a lot of farmers that have bulldozers. They use them on their land. They use them on their properties. Alright, so we've got this pretty much done here. Got the first stage in here, so we'll switch this out with herbicide. No, I don't know if I have any herbicide left at the farm. I think I've got maybe one tank, so I'm probably going to have to go buy some more. I've plowed together 25 with all the rest of that. I need to get on that over there and start working that. I was kind of getting into logging there. Alright, we'll fold this up. Need to get the rest of those trees down so that we can terraform. I'm ready to send in for our next government grant. Actually, you know, terraforming doesn't use that much money. Unless you do a lot of terrain changes. Then it can get expensive. But smoothing and flattening is actually not that bad. Probably what I do over here is flattening. But I gotta get all the stumps out, trees, gotta get all the trees down. And get all the logs picked up. We'll make a little bit of money off of that too, off that timber. Alright, let's dump our fert here. I think we've got enough fert to do the next round of fert. That's not a problem. But see, I think I've only got one tank. There's the herbicide over there. I think I've only got one tank of that, so I probably need to go buy a tank of it. A tank or two. This is herbicide, yeah. Go ahead and buy one. We'll run down there and pick it up real quick. Yeah, just go ahead and buy two. I don't think it'll take two, but... well, maybe. Maybe take one and a smidge of another. Ooh, did a little ramp there. Yeah, I think our grass is ready to be mowed, actually. We can mow that and get some silage bales off of it. I'll do that in the off time. I don't know, you guys might want to see that, the whole process. Fill it up. Nope, nope. I still got, whoa, that really filled it up. This thing does not have a large capacity on it. Not at all. But that should be enough to, I think, get the field. If it goes at the same rate as fertilization does. Fertilizing. Is there a quick way to get to this field? We could stay straight on this one. Might be quicker to go straight. Let's try it. But yeah, I need to get over here. I think I need to cut more trees up there before we even start landscaping. So I think I can smooth some of that out up there. So it might be a minute before we do some landscaping here. Just a few episodes anyway. Oh, I can go this road. It cuts right through, doesn't it? Cuts right through. So we got corn over there and wheat or barley or something over here. Whoa, don't flip. There's a little bit of a hill there. We will unfold. So this is the herbicide. This is where we get rid of the weeds. I should be able to see this. You know what? Let me raise it up. Let me raise it up. Yeah. It's taking away the fert state. So, and the weeds. When you can't see, when you've got some crop in there and you can't see it, it does take away the fert state. When you can't see it taking away the weeds. I know it's harder to, if this was in the next growth state, it would be really hard to see. So, but it is taking away that fert state. You can see the color change there, or the contrast change, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we should be good with this tank. We shouldn't need any more. But you know what? I am running out of hard drive space over here. I probably should have moved some files before I started recording. Hopefully we can finish this episode without running out of space. I'm finding that a challenge. I need to invest in another like portable hard drive to put some files on temporarily, like just right before I edit them. Alright. Turn it around here without hitting our limer. My stomach is growling. Something fierce. We need white birds. We have black birds that come down into the field. We need white birds, like when we're plowing, to fall down in the field behind us. I know when they plow that white birds land back there and they eat the, I don't know, maybe worms or something. Turned up green, maybe. I don't know. But you see that a lot. If you ever watch a YouTube video of somebody that's actually plowing, it looks like that. So we are herbiciding, getting rid of the weed. You can kind of see the weed disappearing there. See those little green spots? They're disappearing. So we will have this field weeded here, herbicided, and we'll put down our next stage fert. I think I'm going to leave you guys here because this is pretty much it. We're just going to take the weeds out, and then we'll come back and we'll do that last fert, I think, in the next episode. Let me get turned around here because we are at the end of our current one. Engage. Good deal. Alright guys, until next time, remember you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. I'm going to free up some hard drive space before I come back. We'll see you guys later.